Welcome to this new part of the training where we'll start creating the game I presented in the introduction. The cat simulator, where the player will be able to control a cat to move in a decor and jump on the various pieces of furniture in order to break them. This will improve the player score, and of course the goal is to try to reach the first ranking place, as it will face other characters. So, to create this game, we'll start from our template. Its purpose allow us to start development of new games faster. We'll need to duplicate it to keep the default version, so we'll make a copy on our computer. Once the copy is finished, we'll rename it. I'll call it Tuto HC for hypercasual, and the game will be simply called Cat Simulator. Cat Sim. I'm just going to go in there and delete the APK because it's a lot of weight for nothing. It was just a test, so we can delete it. But the rest is okay. We'll leave it like this. Now, we've duplicated our project and we have a new folder. We open Unity Hub, and in there you'll click on Add to search for a project. It opens the Explorer, and here you can select the folder that we just created. Select it. This will add the project here. We'll have to select the version of Unity we want to use. I'll take 2022. And for the platform, you can leave current platform. It should select Android, but if you want to be sure, you can select Android directly here, and the game will be in Android mode. Then we click on the project and it will open. I think this message shows up because I'm on alpha version. I'm told the project was not made on the right version of Unity, but on an older version of Unity, and it's probably a bug because I'm told it was made before Unity 5, and Unity 5 is quite old. I don't remember how old, but it must be more than 5 years, so pretty sure it's just a bug. Unity thinks the project was made on an older version. We'll just ignore it. I just click on continue, and Unity will convert the project to Unity 2022. So we need to wait a little bit. The first opening is a little bit long because it will re-import all the resources. Okay, project is open. We're just gonna check that it's working properly, because when you copy a template, it might not work on reopening, but here we're good. I'll just clean up the project a little bit. This is a template, we have the examples in here. So I'll keep this scene, but I remove the wandering spirits. I'll delete the floor and the player as well, the out cube, the spawner, and the different positions. I'll just keep the canvas and the sky, and we're good to go. Okay. Let's start building the decor for our new game. We'll need an area that we can walk on, so I'll create this zone. I'll go to Game Object, 3D Object, Plane. I'll create a plane. I set it to 0, 0, 0. And I'll take the camera and make it shoot the scene as I want, in a bit of a tilted view. Here I'll put it at 30 degrees. That will do. Plan is to shoot the scene a little from higher. I just check that the camera is in perspective. Yes, we're good. Okay, that's how I'll keep the camera for the moment. Then I'll get a cat from the asset store. I've already done it on my side, so I go to Window, Package Manager, and I wait for it to load. While waiting for it to load, you should know that on the asset store, if you are looking for cats, you can find several free 3D models. You have these, for example. We have 3D models with cats and animations. Here we have idle, meaning stay in place, walk, sit, meow. You see, we have different animations. We have another cat here, also with animations, walk, run, idle. I'm going to use this one, which is a paid package, so I can't provide it to you because I don't have the rights on it, but I wanted to use this one, which will allow me to show you more possibilities. This package is a bit more complete. I'll be able to show you things like having skins, several types of animations, and so on. This package is €4, so it's not too much of an investment. But if you don't want to buy a package at all, you can start with any free package, and you don't even have to start with the package with cats. You can go to categories. Here, like, I don't know, characters, for example, and there you'll select animals, and in animals, oops, I need to delete my search here. Going back, character, animal, free assets, and then you have a lot of choices. I don't know, you can take a chicken, a rabbit, tiger, fox. Really, you can take any 3D model. I'll go for a cat game, but you can take any 3D model. And also, you don't have to stay on the asset store. You can look at any other online service that offers 3D models. Sorry. So, in Package Manager, I'll search for cats. My package appears here, since I added it. I'll click on Download to get it. We'll wait for it to download. It's 77 mega, so it's pretty big. It wasn't that size when I bought it. As I told you, for mobile games, I avoid having resources that are too big. But don't be worried, it must be just the textures that are in better quality, and I could show you how we can compress them. It will divide by 4 or 5 the size of the packages, which really allows us to optimize it for mobile. When the package is downloaded, I'll click on Import to add it to my Unity project. Let's check the content of the package to see if there are things to remove. And yes, we have Maya data. Maya being a 3D software that allowed to model this cat. That's if I want to make changes to the 3D model myself, but I'll uncheck that. No point in importing it, because it's going to be heavy for nothing. Okay, now I import the package. Click on Import to add the assets to the projects. And to also show you on a free 3D model, I'm going to import the free chibi cat here, which you can get for free from the asset store. That way I can show you on 2 different elements. Okay, in this package, I'll disable the example scene, I'll keep the prefab, the 3D model, the animations, and I also keep the info. Click on Import. Okay, the 2 packages have been imported. Remember, it's best to keep your project organized, so let's do this. We're going to move the 2 packages that we downloaded to put them in the package directory here. This will allow us to keep what we do and what we download separate. And I'll just put this back here. A lot of times creators create a folder with a name, and in their folder they put their different packages. So I just move it up 1 level in order to have the cat here at the root. Here in prefab I have a 3D cat, and same in CU cat I have a 3D cat. You can see that the proportions are pretty much the same, so you can start with any 3D model. The only difference is that the animations may not be named the same way, just be careful. But in general, the animations can be found here. The creator made a TXT folder with the different names of the animation. So when you want to animate the 3D model, you can base it on the animations that have been given to you. We saw that the package was quite heavy. I was actually surprised, but now I can see that the texture has a high quality. So I'll show you how we can reduce the size of those textures. You see that we have the high resolution and the low resolution. As it's a paid package, the services are in general a little bit higher, and we see that I have textures either in 1024 or in 512, knowing that 512 is more than enough because the game will be on the mobile, so on a small screen, and moreover the cat will only be part of the screen, so it will be small. If I right-click Show in Explorer, it will open all this in the Explorer, and we see that the textures are really very heavy. The high one is 12 mega, which is huge. The low is only 200 kilos. Like with that one, high is 12 mega, the low same, only 200 kilos. You can see that the difference is really huge. So I'll delete the high resolution and keep only the low resolution, because it's not reasonable to have such heavy textures for a mobile game. I'll check that it didn't blow up anything. I'll select the cat to have a look. We can see that the cat has its low resolution texture and it's perfectly fine. Okay, on this low resolution texture, I'll do Show in Explorer again. You can see it's this one. I'll show you how we can further optimize the weights. I select the texture, I drag it into Photoshop. You might try with GIMP also. What I'll do is just right-click, Save As, which is going to allow me to save my texture in another format. Depending on whether you need the transparency or not, you can choose PNG or JPEG. For example, I choose PNG. I click on Save. Okay. Let's check how much weight we lose, and you see there the new weight. We went from 250 kilos to 180 kilos. That's a nice reduction for the file size. Then, there's a website you can definitely bookmark. I use it all the time, very practical. It's Tiny PNG. As the name indicates, it will reduce the weight of a PNG file without changing its quality. Let me show you. I'll take my PNG here, which is already very small. I drag it, so it uploads it online, it compresses it, and we see that the size has been reduced by 24%. So we are now at 140 kilos. I click on download to get it. I put it here. No, if I put it here, it's going to, sorry, I cancel. What I'll do is low dash original, and then I copy it. It's just so I can show you the comparison between the two. This is the original version. This is the compressed version. You can see that there's very little difference, and the weight is much lighter on the compressed version. No, I'll delete the original. And on this one, it wasn't very impressive, but I have sometimes images compressed to 70%. So Tiny PNG really allows you to do good compression. It's super practical, and it will optimize your video games. And there are other similar services, like JPEG Mini. It's on the website that you can bookmark. Okay, we imported our texture. I quit Photoshop and return in Unity. My texture was imported. Here I have the two versions. I select the cat, I click on it again to access the 3D model. Here we see that I use the TGA texture. I take the PNG that I just made, I apply it, and now I have an optimized cat. We don't see any difference, but the texture is extremely lighter than what we had originally. Okay, that's it for the little tip on how to improve your texture size. Now, let's play with the shader. Remember, we imported a simple toon. Let's check how our cats can look with a simple toon outline. Well, that's not really nice. Go back to simple toon and I use the default. That's better. The shade here is because we have only one directional light here. But we can duplicate our directional light. I select it. I'll press Ctrl D to duplicate in order to have two directional lights. Now, you see that the scene is completely saturated because now we have two lights and that's not good. What we'll do is go back to the first light, which will be the main light. We'll decrease its intensity to 0.8 instead of 1. And we'll orient the secondary light on the opposite. I mean, like on the other side, like this. Okay, just here. This will be like the rebound light. This light is a secondary light, so it doesn't have to be intense at all. We'll put 0.3 just to light up a little bit. And no shadows. We don't want any shadows on this light. On the first one, I already have no shadows, but on the second one, I really don't want any. And now we'll see what it looks like on the cats. Well, that's much better. Cartoon shadow looks not too bad on this one. With those lights, I'll just check the cartoon outline again. Yeah, why not? The outline just seems a bit thick, so I'll reduce it a bit if we can. And yeah, if I decrease it's kind of nice. I'll test it on this one. When you click on the object, it selects the object, and if you click on it again, it selects the mesh. So here I am on unit texture. This is the package. The person who created the package configured the shadow like this, and it's already very good. But I'll just see what it looks like with the simple tone outline. Yep, not too bad either. I reckon I'll stay like this. Yeah, we'll see further on. But, well, if you don't like it, you can always adjust it. As I already said, you do as you want. Okay, I'll do Ctrl S to save the scene. And we'll stop here for this video. We duplicated our template project and we have imported the 3D models cat that will be the main characters of the gameplay, and I gave you a tip on how to compress images to have a much lighter package. We can check this one last time. Go back to the cat folder, texture, right click, properties, and we see here we have only 2 MB of texture, which is already a lot, but I compressed only one of them. We probably can go below 1 MB by compressing the rest with the technique I shared with you. Okay, we're done for this video. We have initialized our new project and we'll meet in the next video to continue its development.